What's up? Tell y'all what's up, man. Oh, nah. No, it's that time again. It's another time for Willie Amerson's Gaming Corner. Another segment of the Gaming Corner, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in my room, sitting around a bunch of video games, a lot of memories. Today's gaming session or gaming corner, I will be talking about my experience with the Sega Genesis. Now, my experience with the Sega Genesis, a lot different than my experience with the Super Nintendo. They similar in ways because I was playing Sega Genesis around the same time as the Super Nintendo, but I played the Genesis before the Super Nintendo because the Genesis came out first. Now, the game that got me plugged to the Genesis was Altered Beast. Altered Beast, I played it at the arcade probably a year before the Genesis came out. And the Genesis originally came with Altered Beast. Now, I didn't own the Genesis personally, but I played it at my friend's house. A lot of my friends had Sega Genesis as well as Super Nintendos. I had a Super Nintendo. But I did play the Sega Genesis. And you know what I'm saying? Altered Beast, still one of my favorites. I will play that game by Sega prior to the end of time. But I was introduced to that from the arcade. But I played it on Genesis. I always mess with Shinobi on the Sega Master System. You know what I'm saying? So I'm familiar with Sega because my brother had a Sega and I had Nintendo. So I'm very familiar with Sega. But what got me hooked on the Genesis was Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog is the game. It almost strayed me away from Mario, y'all. Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and the one they had on the 32X. I think it was Knuckles Chaotic. Man, I'm talking about when I used to play them 2D Sonics. Oh, and Sonic CD. I used to love that one too. But Sonic, when Sonic arrived, man, Sonic was that dude. Almost strayed me away from Mario. But y'all know I couldn't do it because Mario, Mario is practically why I'm a gamer. But this ain't about Nintendo. This is about Sega. But nah, Sonic, I thought Sonic was cool, man. Going through the loops and the introduction of Tails and Knuckles and, you know what I'm saying, going against Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman, you know what I'm saying, as he preferred or whatnot. Man, that was just some of the coolest things that in that time frame that I could just see, man. And then Streets of Rage. I love that series. I love Fantasy Star. Fantasy Star, I was hip to it on the Master System, but the Genesis is the reason I stayed with Fantasy Star. You know what I'm saying? But Sega put out a lot of good games that I like as well, man. I'm a huge Nintendo guy all the way. But I mess with Sega too. See, this is the luxury of being a gamer, an actual gamer, and a gaming fan, and not a fanboy. See, I used to be a fanboy of Nintendo, believe it or not. But the more I played Sega, Sony, Microsoft, other games outside of Nintendo, it just broadened my horizons. And I still can play Nintendo. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just an overall gamer, man. I play all that. If it appeals to me, I mess with it. I don't care if it's from Nintendo, Sega, Sony, Microsoft. Man, it's just about enjoying your games, man. I may just be in the minority here. And I know I'm in the minority. I just enjoy video games, man. That's simple. So you know what I'm saying? I just love what I love and I play what I love. But I mess with Sega because Sega, they was pretty much the opposite of Nintendo too. So that's why I always mess with Sega. Oh, and I can't forget Virtua Fighter. You know what I'm saying? I played Virtua Fighter, on the Sega CD, and then they had it on the Saturn. And you know what I'm saying? They also had it on the Genesis. They had Virtua Fighter 2. Now, it wasn't like the arcades or nothing, but for the Genesis, it wasn't a bad pickup. So I messed with Virtua Fighter as well. But yeah, that was just my experience with Sega Genesis, Sega in general, man. I got just as much experience with Sega as I do Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? So that was just my experience with Sega. Y'all catch another gaming corner probably in a few hours from now. I'm going to tell you my experience with the Sony PlayStation. And I got some experience with that. And check my other content I got later. I got some 5-ups for y'all. I got a couple movie reviews. You know what I'm saying? Movie review, game review, comic book review finally. Finally read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman 3. Let y'all know what's the goodie on that. Got 2 Prime Motivations cooked up, and we got some Doppel action. So we starting work a little early today. Y'all stay tuned in this channel, and y'all know what we do now. You know what I'm saying? When you see the guy in the beanie, if you seen him, y'all know how I do this now. Remember, tell your friends, and they friends, and they friends' friends, and they friends' friends. I'm talking cats, dogs, possums, squirrels, mooses, the whole shebangy bang. Y'all tell them. The guy in the beanie, if you seen him, tell him to follow World of Willie. Because this is my life's journey. And the fantabulous emancipation of one Willie Amerson. And that's me. And remember, y'all hit that like, and y'all smash that subscribe button. And remember, follow the World of Willie. And y'all know how I do it in this one-up world. Peace.